Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Karam. Hi, Gurvinder. Good afternoon, Raman, Avanya. Hope you all can hear me. Hi, Ria, Ramesh. Hope you can hear me. Okay, hi, everyone. Welcome back to LeapScholar. So I welcome you all to the another session at LeapScholar. My name is Ravjot Kaur, and I hope you all are super excited to learn special tips of listening today. As the name itself suggests that I'm going to talk about listening. So stay tuned till end because I'm going to share a few of the things to remember that we call for you so that you can use them during the examination time and you do not lose scores, right? So today I'm going to cover a few general topics that will always come in the listening module. Whether you find it in the Cambridge books, you are practicing from the Cambridge books or any other material, or even when you sit for the exam, you will find these questions for sure. But if you want to look at some particular type of question, the timestamps are mentioned in the description below. You can always click on it and you can reach to the particular section later. Okay, and before we begin, I would like to tell you something about myself. My name is Ravjot Kaur. As I already mentioned, I have trained number of students. I've got more than 10 years of experience. I'm a certified soft skill trainer. I'm an IELTS PT and TOEFL trainer as well. So have overall good experience with students. So it's really important for you to download this application by the name of IELTS Prep by LeapScholar. You can download it through Play Store. It's easily available. This will really help you to gain free resources for all the modules, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Not only this, but you can practice a number of questions related to grammar topic as well. So in the description box, you will find the link related to it. Apart from this, please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Please like the video and share it. This gives us the motivation to make more informative videos for you all. All right. And if you want to get involved into free discussion groups, we have a number of students. I mean, more than 12,000 of students are there in the Telegram group. And even the link for the same is there in the description below. You can click on the link and be a part of this Telegram group where you can enjoy free resources and free grammar practice as well. Okay, and we conduct free live sessions also every day. So keep in touch. Please download this application. It has everything. That's the one-stop solution, and you can visit it every now and then. Okay, this is the application. It has everything. You can join free live classes from there that we call master class, and all the 4 sections are also being discussed here in this app. Okay, so before we delay anything further, let's look at the band converter for listening. And before I start, I just want to see how excited you are. Are you here just for listening, or will you participate also? What exactly you are here for? Are you going to participate in the listening? Because I'm going to play the listening audios for you to practice here in this live session. And if you have any problem, you can always put your queries in the comments section, and I will definitely get back to you sooner or later. We'll answer all the queries you have. So please feel free to put your queries in the description box in the comment section below. Please comment in the chat box. Are you excited to answer the questions? Great, great. Good to hear that from all of you. Navjot said fully interested, participating. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Rishika, Nisha, Aman, Ramandeep. Great. Ravi Kiran, Divya Chawla, Satyam. Influx of messages are there. Great. Good to hear that you're so excited and you will be participating in this today's lesson. And hopefully this lesson will prove fruitful to each one of you. Do not leave practice. Okay, practice is the key for listening, reading, writing, and speaking as well. So if you want to achieve good scores, do not leave practice. Okay, so for this band converter, let's start. So for when you wish to assess your scores, you can assess your scores on your own as well. So this is called the band converter. You can click a picture and keep this handy with you. Whenever you are doing listening test, you should know which band score you are standing at this point of time. And in future as well, whether your scores have been increasing or they're decreasing or there's something challenging you're finding. So this will take you forward. All right. So in listening, it's really easy to attain 9 on 9. Even if you're getting 39 out of 40, you will still be able to get 9 bands. And that is how the scores are converted. Okay. So 39, if you're getting, or 40, you will get 9 on 9. Look at the desired scores that you need. Students might want to achieve 7, 6.5 individual scores, maybe 8 in listening, just especially for the general students. They have to attain 8 in listening. So this means there should not be any chance of losing the scores for them. Therefore, it's better to concentrate on the areas that you find challenging. The questions that I'll be discussing today, these are the questions: note completion, form completion, summary completion, table completion. These questions you will definitely find in every listening module. You remember, if you have practiced already a bit of reading questions, listening questions from Cambridge books, you will see a lot of blanks over there. So these, when you say filling the blanks, these are divided into certain sections. Some are note completion, you have to complete the note. Somewhere you have to fill the form. And they are different in different sections. So if I talk about part number 1, earlier they used to call section, but now we call it as part number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now, okay, so I could see number of messages related to the scores that you need. Some want 7.5, 9. Yes. Great. I want 8 bands. Yes. So Geshu, I've already covered map labeling in my last session. Please subscribe to the channel so that you can look at all the videos that we have created, and that you will find them very informative. You can look at that video and it will be informative, and I want you to practice when the sessions are conducted. Okay, so when you go back and you watch the video, please pause the video and do the questions by yourself so that you can also assess. Yeah, Geshu, okay? Map, you can look at the video, you can watch the video of map labeling and you can practice. Okay, few of the pointers before I start with the note completion form, summary or table completion. Always read the instruction. These blanks will always have the instructions written at the top. So what are these instructions? These instructions will say that you have to write in one word, two words and or a number, or only two words or only three words and or a number. So these instructions are written at the top and you have to adhere to these instructions. If it is one word, you cannot write another word in the blank. And if you're doing so, you will lose the scores. You will always get 30 seconds. Some time will always be provided to you to read the question. So use this time wisely. You can read the question, please underline them, understand the question. And then when you start listening to the speech, when the speaker is talking about some topic, then understand the accent as well. So do not sit for the exam straight away. I advise you to practice from Cambridge books. There are a number of tests available and you can join our crash course. 2 weeks or 4 weeks crash course is also there with reasonable prices. You can join that and you will see a number of material for practice sessions are there. You can practice from there as well. So apart from reading the instruction and apart from looking at the question, understanding it by utilizing the time that is given to you, you have to familiarize yourself with the accent as well. Okay, so when you're reading, when you're getting a chance to read the question, what exactly you are going to read? You are going to understand the meaning of the statement, because when the speaker is talking, he or she is going to talk about these synonyms. You will not be able to catch the exact words. So you should know what are the synonyms or what are the paraphrasing, how the paraphrasing is done. You should be aware about it. And be careful with the distractors. Extra information will always be provided to you, especially in section 3 and 4. So I'm sure many of the students who know about the listening module, if you have done that previously, you know that you will always find difficulty in section number 3 and 4. So this is with every student. It's advisable to use the time when it is given to you to read the question, use the time, and then you can look on to the, you can then start looking at the questions or the answers in the listening, in the audio. Yeah, Jaspinder, I'm talking about the Cambridge books, right? We got Cambridge books till 16. So each one of these books are provided under the study material. So you will get them. All right. So these are the pointers that you should remember before you start with the listening. All right, here is a question for you. Now, this is the note completion and how you can analyze that this is a note completion. It's written at the top, complete the note completion. So do not get confused. All are the blanks you have to answer, you have to write, you have to fill in the blanks that you're going to practice. Now, this is part number 1. So this section will be easier as compared to section number 3 and 4 for such questions. Okay, you will be able to find the answers easily. Now, can you tell me, since I've already described about instructions, reading the question, underlining the keywords, I want to ask this question from you. How many words you have to write in the blanks? Let me see if you have understood. So let me see if you understood how many words you have to write in the blanks now. Can you see the instructions? One word, yes, thank you. So one word and or a number. So this means that you can add a number and you can only write a word as well for this one. So these questions from 1 to 10 will not be given to you in one go. It will be given to you in part wise, right? So let's begin now.
IELTS 16, published by Cambridge University Press and Cambridge Assessment English 2021. This recording is copyright. Test 1. This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to part 1. Part 1. You will hear a man phoning to find out about some children's engineering workshops. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 3.
Please look at the questions and underline and keep in mind the important words. And you have to write in one word and or a number in the chat box, and then I'll show you the answers.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 3.
Hello, Children's Engineering Workshops.
Oh, hello. I wanted some information about the workshops in the school holidays.
Sure.
I have 2 daughters who are interested. The younger one's Lydia. She's 4. Do you take children as young as that?
Yes. Our Tiny Engineers Workshop is for 4 to 5-year-olds.
What sorts of activities do they do?
All sorts. For example, they work together to design a special cover that goes round an egg, so that when it's inside, they can drop it from a height and it doesn't break. Well, sometimes it does break, but that's part of the fun.
Right. And Lydia loves building things. Is there any opportunity for her to do that?
Well, they have a competition to see who can make the highest tower. You'd be amazed how high they can go.
Right.
But they're learning all the time as well as having fun. For example, one thing they do is to design and build a car that's attached to a balloon, and the force of the air in that actually powers the car and makes it move along. They go really fast too.
Okay, well, all this sounds perfect.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 4 to 10.
Please look at questions now 4 to 10.
Now listen and answer questions 4 to 10.
Now, Carly, that's my older daughter, has just had her 7th birthday. So, presumably, she'd be in a different group.
Yes, she'd be in the Junior Engineers. That's for children from 6 to 8.
And do they do the same sorts of activities?
Some are the same, but a bit more advanced. So they work out how to build model vehicles, things like cars and trucks, but also how to construct animals using the same sorts of material and technique. And then they learn how they can program them and make them move.
So they learn a bit of coding?
They do. They pick it up really quickly. We're there to help if they need it, but they learn from one another too.
Right. And do they have competitions too?
Yes. With the Junior Engineers, it's to use recycled materials like card and wood to build a bridge. And the longest one gets a prize.
That sounds fun. I wouldn't mind doing that myself.
Then they have something a bit different, which is to think up an idea for a 5-minute movie and then film it, using special animation software. You'd be amazed what they come up with.
And of course, that's something they can put on their phone and take home to show all their friends.
Exactly. And then they also build a robot in the shape of a human, and they decorate it and program it so that it can move its arms and legs.
Perfect. So, is it the same price as the tiny engineers?
It's just a bit more, £50 for the 5 weeks.
And are the classes on a Monday too?
They used to be, but we found it didn't give our staff enough time to clear up after the first workshop, so we moved them to Wednesdays. The classes are held in the morning from 10 to 11.
Okay, that's better for me actually. And what about the location? Where exactly are the workshops held?
They're in Building 10A. There's a big sign on the door. You can't miss it. And that's in Fradston Industrial Estate.
Sorry?
Fradston. That's F-R-A-D-S-T-O-N-E.
And that's in Grassford, isn't it?
Yes, up past the station.
And will I have any parking problems there?
No, there's always plenty available. So, would you like to enroll Lydia and Carly now?
Okay.
So, can I have your full name?
Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this, and I could see number of messages here in the chat. All of you are answering, but I believe some of you couldn't catch the name. She spelled it out as well. So you have to concentrate when catching the information. And we are literally very bad with the plurals. So you have to take care of your plurals. You have to take care whether she or he said animal or animals, or Wednesday or Wednesdays, or what was it? Egg or eggs. I could see a number of messages about plurals, though singular was said. Right?
IELTS
Okay.
16.
Let's jump on to the answers now. So these are the answers that you should look into and see how many of you got right. So there were 10 questions, 10 blanks. Could you tell how many of you got correct? Fradston, yes. See, animals with S is given. Egg without S is given. So it shouldn't be eggs. It should be egg Hirsch. Okay. Samanpreet, you mentioned reboot something, right? For some answer. Yeah. So please check the correct answer. And maybe later you can watch the video again and correct yourself. Great. Great. Pankti attained 9. Prabh attained 8. Nav Kaur attained 4 only. Okay, maybe you need more of practice now. 9 correct, 10 on 10. Great. That's superb if you're achieving 10 on 10. Because these questions, you'll get number of such questions. And it's really important for you to attain good scores in these questions.
IELTS 16.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to next. This is again about note completion and table completion. I want you to concentrate and start attempting these questions. So those who got 4 or got less than 8 or 7, do not get disheartened. Practice is the key for you. All right, let's start with the other. This is section number 3. So will be tough as compared to section number 1. If you talk about the rate of speech, a difficulty level, it will be tougher than section number 1 and 2. So please concentrate.
Section 3. You will hear a geography student called Caroline discussing her dissertation with her tutor. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 23.
No, Bhushan, you cannot pause the recording and you will always get these questions before the audio starts. Okay.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 23.
Ah, Caroline. Come on in, sit down.
Thanks.
So how's the dissertation planning going?
Well, Dr. Shulman, I'm still having a lot of trouble deciding on a title.
Well, that's perfectly normal at this stage. And this is what your tutorials will help you to do.
Right.
What we'll do is jot down some points that might help you in your decision. First of all, you have chosen your general topic area, haven't you?
Yes, it's the fishing industry.
Oh, yes, that was one of the areas you mentioned. Now, what aspects of the course are you good at?
Well, I think I'm coping well with statistics, and I'm never bored by it.
Good. Anything else?
Well, I found computer modelling fascinating. I have no problem following what's being taught, whereas quite a few of my classmates find it difficult.
Well, that's very good. Do you think these might be areas you could bring into your dissertation?
Oh, yes, if possible. It's just that I'm having difficulty thinking how I can do that. You see, I feel I don't have sufficient background information.
I see. Well, do you take notes?
I'm very weak at note-taking. My teachers always used to say that.
Well, I think you really need to work on these weaknesses before you go any further.
What do you suggest?
Before you hear the rest of the tutorial, you have some time to look at questions 24 to 30.
So this is a time when you can practice here at live, and please concentrate. Look at the questions and listen to the recording properly.
Now listen and answer questions 24 to 30.
Well, I can go through the possible strategies with you and let you decide where to go from there.
Okay, thanks.
Well, some people find it helpful to organize peer group discussions. You know, each week a different person studies a different topic and shares it with the group.
Oh, right.
It really helps build confidence.
Yeah.
You know, having to present something to others.
I can see that.
The drawback is that everyone in the group seems to share the same ideas. They keep being repeated in all the dissertations.
Okay.
You could also try a service called Student Support. It's designed to give you a structured program over a number of weeks to develop your skills.
Sounds good.
Yes. Unfortunately, there are only a few places.
Ah.
But it's worth looking into.
Yes, of course. I know I've got to work on my study skills.
And then there are several study skills books you can consult.
Right.
They'll be a good source of reference. But the problem is, they are sometimes too general.
Yes, that's what I've found.
Other than that, I would strongly advise quite simple ideas, like using a card index.
Well, yes, I've never done that before.
Oh, it's simple, but it really works because you have to get points down in a small space. Another thing I always advise is don't just take your notes and forget about them. Read everything 3 times. That'll really fix them in your mind.
Yes. I can see it'd take discipline, but...
Well, if you establish good study skills at this stage, they'll be with you all your life.
Oh, yes, I completely agree. It's just that I don't seem to be able to discipline myself. I need to talk things over.
Well, we'll be continuing these tutorials, of course. Let's arrange next month's now. Let's see. I can see you virtually any time during the week starting the 22nd of January.
What about the 24th? I'm free in the afternoon.
Sorry, I'm booked then. What about the following day?
The Thursday?
Yeah?
I can make the morning.
Fine. We'll go for the 25th then.
That's great. Thanks.
Okay, see how they have changed the answers? They will keep doing it in all the sections, especially in section number 3 and 4. So if you have checked, the rate of speech is a bit higher than section number 1 we did. All right, so I have to fetch these questions, especially for section number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as I could get, I could, I wanted you to practice from such sections. Okay, great. Let's look at the answers. So answer to 21 would be fishing industry, statistics. That's okay. Amrit, you can still participate even if you're late. We are doing listening today, and I have picked the topic for note completion, table, summary, and form completion questions. So hope those who have already looked at the instructions that says no more than 2 words and or a number. So if you wanted to write 3 times in Word, you can also write that way as well. Okay. Great. Arshdeep scored 9 out of 10. What about the rest? I could see the answers. Most answers are correct. That's amazing to see you all. So since, as you know, that these questions are easy, you can easily get the answers. Just take care of the distractors. Okay, all correct. Great. Great. So be confident, listen to it carefully, and then write the answers.
Section 3.
Question number 25th, yes. Okay, great. Nice to see the numbers. You all are getting 10 on 10, 9, 8. Great. So Harpreet, you got 5. I'm sure you need practice. Hope you have understood the strategy of doing such questions. I want you to practice more. Those who are getting 5, 6, or 7, you can still achieve 10 on 10. Yeah, note taking with hyphen will be considered as one word since it's a hyphenated word. Will be considered as one word. But if you look at the instructions, it's written no more than 2 words. So both the ways would do. All right, let's move ahead. This is section number 1 from the form completion. Here you have to write in one word and or a number. So please look at it and answer the questions. Since these are really easy questions, I want each one of you try to attempt all the questions, listen to it carefully, and achieve 10 on 10. Let's begin now.
Cambridge English, IELTS 10, published by Cambridge University Press and Cambridge English Language Assessment, on what you hear. There will be time for you. Recordings will be played once only. To transfer your answers, conversation between the director of a childcare centre and a parent enrolling her child in the centre. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
Raman, it is not necessary to put hyphen. Great, Dilraj. Great.
You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. Not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Good morning. Welcome to the Early Learning Childcare Centre. How may I help you?
Hi, I spoke to you last week about enrolling my daughter for next year.
Oh, yes. I'll just get some details from you. So, you're her mother?
That's right.
And can I have your name?
It's Carol Smith.
And your daughter's name?
It's Kate.
Now, we have several groups at the centre and we cater for children from 3 to 5 years old. How old is your daughter?
She's 3 now, but she turns 4 next month.
I'll put 4 down because that's how old she'll be when she starts.
Fine. She's so excited about her birthday and coming to the centre.
Oh, that's good to hear. And what's your address?
It's 46 Wombat Road. That's WOMBAT. Woodside 4032.
And what's the phone number?
Oh, it's 3345 9865.
So, have you decided on the days you would like to bring your daughter here?
I'd prefer Monday and Wednesday if possible.
I'll check. Monday's fine, but I think the centre is already full for Wednesday. Yes. Sorry, it seems to be a very popular day. We can offer you a Thursday or a Friday as well.
Oh dear. I suppose Thursday would be all right because she has swimming on Friday.
OK, got that. Because a lot of parents work, we do offer flexible start and finish times. We're open from 7:30 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. What time would you like your daughter to start?
I need to get to work in the city by 9, so I'll drop her off at 8:30. You're pretty close to the city here, so that should give me plenty of time to get there.
That's fine. Now, we also need to decide which group she'll be in. We have 2 different groups and they're divided up according to age. There's the green group, which is for 3 to 4-year-olds, and then there's the red group, which is for 4 to 5-year-olds.
She's quite mature for her age and she can already write her name and read a little.
Well, I'll put her in the red group and we can always change her to the green one if there are any problems.
That sounds fine.
OK, let's move on to meals. We can provide breakfast, lunch and dinner. As she's finishing pretty early, she won't need dinner. Will you give her breakfast before she comes?
Yes, she'll only need lunch.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Now, does she have any medical conditions we need to know about? Does she have asthma or any hearing problems, for example?
No, but she does need to wear glasses.
Oh, I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, she's pretty good about wearing them. She can't see much without them.
Right. OK. Now, I also need emergency contact details.
So what sort of information do you need?
Just the name and number of a friend or family member we can contact in case we can't get hold of you at any time.
OK. That'd better be my sister, Jenny Ball. That's B-A-L-L. Her phone number is 3346 7523.
Great. So she is the child's aunt?
Yes, that's right.
I'll make a note of that as well. Now, is there anything you'd like to ask?
What about payment? How much are the fees each term?
Well, for 2 days and the hours you've chosen, that will be $450 altogether.
OK, and do I have to pay that now?
No, we send out invoices once the children start at the centre. You can choose to pay at the end of each term, or we do offer a slightly discounted rate if you pay every month.
Oh, I'll do that then. I find it easier to budget that way and I'm not used to the term dates just yet.
Good. It makes it a lot simpler for us as well. Well, that's everything. Would you like me to show you around the centre?
All right, that's it. Those who have written AM, do not write AM because it's already written here. Okay, let's look at the answers and you have to tell and write in the chat box how many of you have got correct out of 10. Hopefully getting all correct from you. So you were supposed to write one word and or a number. If you have written 4 years, that also would be considered as correct because you added one word and a number. So that is good to go. Okay, let's see. Shravan Reddy has written 450. Is that the answer to the last question? Anmol, Shravan, Krishna, Sangeeta. Yeah. Okay, answer to question number 9. And Khan Guru sisters. Okay, you written sister as the answer. So her relationship to the child was asked. It's written in the question, her relationship to child. So the lady's sister will be her aunt, her child's aunt, right? You cannot write sister. Please understand the question. These are the easier ones I'm playing for you so that you know how it is done. You should know the pattern. 6. Okay. Harsh, glasses, ball, and month. Great, Harsh. Very well done. Wombat. Okay, Gia, it should not be only wombat, it should be 46 wombat. Thursday, it should be 8:30. Gia. Red, lunch, glasses, ball, and man. Great. Rest are all good. Fourth one is too tricky. Yes, because they were thinking about the time. Yes, it was tricky. But what about the rest of the conversation? You have to listen to the complete conversation, what eventually they have decided, as in what eventually they decided the time. That what you need to think of. Rishabh missed the last one. Okay, never mind. You can practice more. Yes, definitely. 46 wombat would be one word and a number, right? So you are not
Cambridge English.
You're not breaking the rule. Let's look at the last question for the day. It's summary question. So you will get a summary kind of questions and you have to fill in the blanks. All right, let's begin.
Section 2. You will hear a customer services official giving information to a passenger at a railway station in a town called Treberch.
Just a second. So let me share this again to you and you can read the questions for a while.
Section 3. You will hear a conversation between a librarian and an education student. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 27.
So 27th question is the multiple choice. So that's why I couldn't add that one. So 26 and 27, please read to question number 21 to question number 25.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 27.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Good afternoon. Yes, I've just transferred to the School of Education, and I'd like information about joining the library.
Well, the School of Education has libraries on 2 sites, as I'm sure you know. This one here is the Fordham site, and the other is on Castle Road.
And is there any difference between the 2 libraries?
Not in terms of their facilities. Access to online databases and the internet is available at both sites, and each site has a range of reference materials on education.
Oh, yes, I see.
But the Castle Road site has books on the sociology of education and a collection of textbooks and teaching resources covering most of the subjects taught in secondary schools.
Ah, right. But I'm training to be a primary teacher, so I need to look at materials for the 5 to 11 age group.
Then you've come to the right place. At Fordham, we hold material relating to primary education, as well as special needs. But, of course, you'll need to familiarise yourself with both sites to make the most of our resources.
You haven't mentioned periodicals. Are they held at both sites?
Current issues, yes, but if you want to look at back issues, you'll need to use the CD-ROM databases, which are held here at Fordham.
I see.
Okay, that's it. Please post your answers and then I'll show you the answers now. And how many of you got correct? All correct. And how many questions you got correct? Please write that as well. Yes, certainly, Winnie, you might find difficulty when it comes to writing in 3 words and or a number, or only 3 words are written. So such kind of questions are also there in the sentence completion, note completion, or form completion. So in form completion, you will not find 3-word kind of instructions. But yes, you will find...
Section 3.
Yeah, let me show you the answers now. All right, I could see reference, textbooks, secondary, primary, back. Great, Ramandeep, all are correct. Well done. Navjot missed 2. Why? You missed 2. Okay, sunshine, education point. You written back issue. So if you see issue is already written, you are not supposed to write issue along with the word. Shubho Jyoti Paul, you missed 23rd and 24th. Oh. So what you need to do, when she was talking about the education, and she also talked about that, I think you missed talking about periodicals. You should have jumped on directly to the question. So this will really, underlining will really help you. If you tend to miss out the questions, these things will really help you. All correct, Priya Verma. Great. Very, very good. All are correct. Well done. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Great, Sarabjit. All are correct. Very well done. So now as you can see, few of the students have missed few questions, maybe because of the screen, or maybe they haven't read the question properly. They missed the concentration. They missed the track over the audio. Could be any other reason. So the only key for doing such questions would be concentration. Now it's time to talk about the things to remember. You should write all in capital letters. I can read number of questions related to this. Whether you sit for computer-based or paper-based, you can write every word in capital letters. Even if you see here, it's written in capitals, every letter in capital. Though you can write in small and in capital letters, both are acceptable, provided that you do not make any mistake. If a blank is given in the beginning of the sentence, you should write the initial of that word in capital. So many students do such mistakes. So in order to avoid such kind of errors, and in order to avoid losing the scores, it's advisable to write every letter in capitals. All right. Okay, apart from this, for computer-based students, it's a myth that you cannot underline it. You can certainly underline the key points that you're looking for. You can underline them on the screen. Whether you opt for listening or reading, you will get 3 highlighters, 3 colored highlighters, blue, green, and red. And you get the eraser as well. By any chance, if you want to remove that highlighted word, you can remove the highlighter with the help of the eraser. So you can easily highlight the words on the computer. The way you can highlight with the pencil on paper-based test, you can highlight on computers as well. All right, so you have to look for the accents. You should understand the accent that you're listening to. Sometimes they will say O instead of 0, as you already observed in one of the audios here. And you might get confused in the pronunciation of 8 and H. So please understand the accent properly. The difficulty, as the parts are increasing, the difficulty level will increase. So again, practice is the key. Do not forget to download this application of Leap IELTS Prep by LeapScholar. Do not forget to download it. That's a one-stop solution. And please like and share this video to maximum students, and subscribe our channel to get the updates on recent videos. All right, Arshdeep said he received 3 out of 5. That's all right, Arshdeep. Please concentrate on the areas that you are challenging, and those answers that you got wrong, please look at it again. The only way you can improve is by rechecking your answers that are wrong, that went wrong. So that is all right. All of us do the mistake, but the only way to correct is by reviewing your wrong answers. So it's important to review every wrong answer that you have done, any mistake you've done. All right. So if you have any questions, please write in the chat box. Please write in the comments section. You can access all the links that I've talked about in the beginning of the lesson in the description below. Please like, share, and pass it on to as many as possible so that they can get help and get the informative videos from us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining, and please join us back. Every day we have live sessions, and yeah, that's all for today. You have a great day ahead. Take care. Bye-bye.